Y'all help me with this one. Come on. Get on your feet and help me with this one. Come on. Everybody get up. Come on. Check it out. I put my faith in you. Prove with it. I put my trust in you. I knew you would come through. You were there. You were there to supply all my needs. I found my joy in you. I found my peace in you. You did just what you said, and I thank you for being there for me. Put your hand on it right here. All of my help, all of my help, all of my help comes from you. All of my help, all of my help, all of my help comes from you. Come on, children, and say,
God bless you, my friend. It's Dr. Ray Johnson. That's right. It's Monday's Meal. And tonight it's more episode of Manna to move you toward your life mandate. As I said before, I'm Dr. Ray Johnson, the scholar with the holler. Make sure you share this as soon as you see it. Get as many people in as you can again on tonight. I'm excited to share more tonight from our theme, Occupy and Do Business Until He Comes. We've been talking about this all month long in terms of our gathering times and our gathering times to gather together. And really, this word tonight, I promise you, is going to be manna to move you toward your life mandate. And so if you've been tracking with us, we've been spending some time talking about the demoniac of Gadara, Mark chapter 5, verses 1 through 15. And this past Sunday was no different. We spent some time talking about if you're going to begin to occupy, you've got to first do it with your mind and with your thought life. And so tonight, again, it's Monday's Meal. I want you to share this, get as many people in as you can. God bless you, Sister Lisa Moore Bailey. Thank you for tuning in on tonight. I'm telling you, powerful word. Tonight, we're spending some time talking about the truth. You know, Jesus said these words to us. He said, if you continue in my word, then you will know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You know, yesterday, in terms of yesterday's message, we spent the very first portion of it talking about you can't occupy and take over with your mind until you have first been honest about your search for the truth. And I made this statement in the message on yesterday talking about oftentimes many people are really not in a search for the truth in our times in terms of our culture. What we're looking for is validation for what it is that we already perceive or what we already believe. But note again, remember, Jesus said, unless you continue in my word, then you will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So I want to pose a question tonight as we get into this. I want to pose a question that says, what does the truth have to do with occupying with your mind? Yeah, one more time. What does the truth have to do with occupying with your mind? God bless you, Brother John Hill, Todd Mill in the building on tonight. Make sure you all share this with a friend. Let's get right on into it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for some nuggets of manna to move us into our life mandate. You know, one of the interesting things that the truth reveals is that the truth reveals your motivation. Keep in mind what we're saying tonight. What we're saying is that if you're going to occupy with your mind, the truth makes all the difference in the world because it discovers the motivation about why it is that you want to occupy. About whether it's business, whether it's industry, whether it's ministry, whether it's romance, whether it's finance, Motivation is critically important because that answers the why about why you enter into a thing. And if that motivation isn't pure, remember the scripture says to us, only the pure in heart shall see God. So motivation becomes a critical, important part of how it is that the truth allows you to occupy with your mind. So many people enter into things, relationships, business ventures, educational pursuits, family dynamics with the wrong motivation in hand. They don't necessarily enter into it for the discovery of truth. But what truth does is truth will begin to reveal what your motivations are. And you can't take over with your mind and begin to occupy in the different settings you find yourself in unless you're honest with yourself about why you're entering into anything for that matter in the first place. So that's the first point. Here is the second one. Not only does truth reveal motivation, but the truth also uncovers and gives us memory. Or I should say it this way. You know, when a weightlifter like my man John Hill that's watching tonight, when somebody is involved in sport or involved in athletics, when they're lifting weights, if they go for a season, sometimes the weight that they've gained, the muscle weight, will kind of begin to dissipate away. But the fact that they've gotten used to the routine of doing a particular thing, what happens is something called muscle memory. And what muscle memory does is enables the person to catch back up quickly to where they were before they stopped that particular exercise. I hope y'all are getting this one right here. What we need in our lives is muscle memory in terms of what God's done for us before. And what the truth does is the truth helps us uncover the muscle memory of how we've occupied and the victories that we've had before in a particular area in our lives. And what truth does is remind us of how we were victorious in all the different areas of our lives. I hope you are getting this tonight. It is Monday's Meal, manna to move you toward your life mandate. And we're answering the question, why is truth important? Or what does truth have to do with it? And I say truth has got to do everything with anything that we're engaged in and involved in our lives. So number one, it begins to reveal motivation. Number two, it gives us the memory to remind us that we've been here before. We've conquered this area before. And you know what the third one is. I hope you all are getting this one tonight. Motivation, memory, and you know what the last one is? Momentum. Truth gives us momentum to begin to catch up, particularly if we felt like we've lost some ground in some areas in our life. If we felt like we are behind in some areas in our life, if we felt like things aren't working out, if we're not, we may have taken some losses and taken some L's in some different areas. But what truth does is that truth enables us to be able to catch up with momentum and to begin to really be catapulted ahead, whether it's in business, reconciling the relationship, pursuit of educational opportunities, healing family dynamics, being able to, I'm going to mention it, begin again in some areas in our life. The truth makes all the difference in the world. And when we think about this man we've been talking about in Mark chapter 5, this man really met the truth face to face. Remember what Jesus said? He said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. There's no connection to heaven unless you come through me. So remember, when you're thinking about why is my discovery of truth important, remember it helps to reveal our motivation. 1, 2, it helps us to recall the memory of how we've been victorious before. And 3, based on that memory, my goodness, in here, we get momentum to be able to catch up quickly in the different areas of our life. I hope this has been helpful for you tonight. Manna, quick nuggets to move you towards your life mandate. Remember, all our help comes from Him. That's truth in and of itself, all by itself. My goodness, in here. I want you to share this with somebody. Make sure they catch on the replay. Wake up tomorrow morning 6 a.m. with Lady. She'll be talking to us on Tilt Tuesday on how to pray. Thank y'all for tuning in. Take care. God bless you, my friend. Bye-bye.